How to start your own clothing line and sell clothes like t-shirts with your custom logo or phrases or just about anything else on them. Chances are if you look this up on the web, you're going to find a 40-page document that tells you to start a clothing factory in your garage. And that may work, but there's a much easier way of going about doing this and making a lot more money. So in this video, I'll explain how you can create your own clothing brand and the steps you need to take for it to cost you as little as possible and still get your brand out there to potential customers. So if you're interested in making some money, be sure to stick around to the very end of this video as we have a lot to discuss here. Now, comment down below and let me know what you think about this business idea. Have you ever considered doing this to make money? Also, if you're new to the channel and you're watching one of my videos for the very first time, my name is Ian and I post videos here on YouTube every single day. I'm at about 215 days now of consistent daily content. So if you like this kind of content, give this video a thumbs up as I'll really appreciate it. That's how these videos get recommended to more people and can potentially help someone else as well. And of course, I'll really appreciate it. Also, be sure to consider subscribing to the channel and turning all the notifications, as this way you'll be able to get the updates as soon as I post a new video. And this way you never miss another important method of making money that I'll discuss on this channel. Now, this business is actually very easy. Getting the clothing is the easiest part, and I actually made a video a while back on how to print on-demand t-shirts or how to create custom shirts, and that includes the instructions from getting the clothing to what type of printer to purchase and how to go about selling them. Now, that's one way to do it. However, in this video, I won't be focusing so much on the clothing because that's the easy part. You can purchase clothing from China in bulk and it's really cheap, or you can use print-on-demand services such as Teespring, which will do everything for you. So selling and creating the clothing is the easy part. The hard part is creating your own brand. So no doubt your own brand will need to be unique, and this is the first thing that you want to decide on here. What will your brand be about, or what will you do? You can create logos, or you can do quotes, or you can have words or images or cartoons or just random objects. Endless possibilities here. So the first thing that you need to do is to identify what your brand will be about, because as soon as you can do that, then you can move on to the next steps, which includes putting these ideas on clothing and then selling them for a profit. So this is actually a little different from printing shirts in your garage and flipping them on eBay. Now, the first thing you need to do here, or the second thing that you need to do, is to set up your business. And I recommend that you start with an LLC because you'll be creating a brand. And if you use a word or a phrase or some image or logo that looks like mine, then I may try to sue you claiming that you took my work. Now, if that happens and I am successful with the lawsuit, then I can take your personal property, which is what you don't want. So be sure to protect yourself. And this is with any business that you start. You always want to separate yourself from the business so you don't lose your home if someone tries to sue you. Now, with that said, let's talk about some other legal issues that will arise, or you need to at least consider them in this business. These will include copyrights, trademarks, and licensing. So copyrights and trademarks have to do with the designs or logos or phrases that you have in your brand, because you don't want people using them. And also, if you see another logo or design that you like and someone else owns it, then you can actually pay for a license to use it. So don't go copying people's work here, because that can get you into a lot of trouble. And also think about protecting your own original work as well, so it doesn't get stolen or claimed by someone else later on. So we've covered starting the business and determining what the brand will be, and also the legal issues such as creating an LLC and covering copyrights, trademarks, and licensing if needs be. There are now two easy ways to move forward with this clothing business. You can either start a Shopify store to sell your clothing line, or you can create a custom website from scratch. And again, I would recommend using Fiverr if you decide to go that route, because you'll be able to get quality freelancers to create a custom website or website for you, and you won't have to pay several thousands for it. And I'll leave a link down below to Fiverr. You can get almost anything done there. You can even get your designs for your clothing brand line done on Fiverr as well. So that's one way of moving forward with this clothing line business. The second way is to get the designs and then send them to a print-on-demand service, and they will allow you to upload your designs, and then they will print and ship your items whenever someone makes a purchase, and then sends you a payment after they take their cut. So the first way may actually allow you to earn more because you have less overhead, but it comes with a lot more work because now you have to purchase the equipment up front to add your designs to your clothing or customize the clothing, such as transfer paper and printers, and also you'll have to buy clothing in bulk and stock them in your office or your home. You'll also be responsible for shipping and returns as well. However, if you want the easiest way out, then you simply get your clothing designs done and then send them to a print-on-demand service and then just let them handle everything else. Now, there are pros and cons to each. The main pro of doing everything yourself is that you make more money and you keep more profits. However, the downside is that you spend more money upfront starting the business because you need the equipment and the clothing, and you also need to spend more time working on the business because you will need to manage everything yourself. If you use the print-on-demand service, the pros are that it doesn't cost you anything really. You simply create the business and the clothing designs and then allow them to do all the work. The con is that you have to pay them for all their services and the convenience, so you'll either need to charge more for your clothing or just take a profit cut. So let's now look at the cost of starting. If you choose to go with a Shopify store or create your own website, that's going to cost you anywhere from $30 per month on Shopify to $200 per month, or you can create your own custom website, which I would recommend for $200 to $500 on Fiverr. The second cost here is going to be creating designs, whether they're logos or art or anything. This will again cost you anywhere from $10 to $15 per design if you use Fiverr. Now, I can't give you an actual cost here because it depends on how you go about doing this, but this should help you in understanding just how much money you need to actually start this business and become successful in it. Also, you will need to pay to file your LLC, and that is usually going to cost you anywhere from $50 to $150, depending on what state you're in. And I also want to point out here that you can file your LLC in another state. So if it's cheaper somewhere else, you can look into doing it there as well if that can work for you. So after these costs, we now have a functioning marketplace to sell the clothing line. But we now need to decide if we will use print-on-demand services, and I would recommend that you do, because even though the profit margin is less, it's an easier way of doing things. So depending on what print-on-demand service you use, then that will determine how much you pay them, but they only charge you when someone makes an order, so you don't really need any money upfront to pay them. If you choose to do this yourself, then you'll have to purchase all the equipment. Now, this could be a heat press for mugs, hats, shirts, and also heat transfer paper and inkjet printers, as well as all the clothing that you will be customizing. And again, I can't give you a price here, but I'll leave links to some products like printers and transfer paper and heat presses for different uses, bulk clothing, and that will give you an idea of what your setup will look like if you choose to do this all by yourself. Now, after you decide how you will customize your clothing, the final step here is to pay for marketing. Now, of course, you could do this for free, but it's going to take you too long. And in my estimation, and also in my experience, it's better to pay for marketing. Now, the marketing cost won't be one time, they'll be ongoing. However, you can spend less in marketing after about 90 days. So you want to create ad promotions on social media because this is where a lot of your customers or potential customers will be. And with Facebook or Instagram, you get to choose the specific demographics or group you want to reach. So for example, if you are selling mugs with life quotes, then you probably don't want your ads shown to 12 or 13-year-olds because they won't find it interesting and they won't be purchasing that product, or at least it's highly unlikely. Now, a good budget here would be to spend around $25 per day. However, if you don't want to spend that much, you can also go online and start promoting your brand for free. Create social media accounts and share your brand in groups and post frequently using hashtags so as to reach more people. Ads are the best in my opinion though, because they usually create instant or almost instant results in terms of getting sales. And although I said spending $25 a day is what I would recommend or where I would start, that will drive enough traffic, or should drive enough traffic to your brand where you begin to see sales coming in. So depending on how long you want to run ads for, and if you want to do SEO work for your website, then this is going to cost you anywhere from $750 to $1,500 per month. And this is being very realistic, okay? I could tell you to create your clothing store and people will find it organically. online, but from my experience, that's not going to happen. And even if it does happen, it will be months, if not years afterwards. So budgeting around $1,000 for marketing for at least the very first month is a really good idea. And like I mentioned, that should get you sales. So in the second month, you should have that money back to reinvest in more marketing, and you can continue until you're satisfied. So to make this short and to the point, in terms of the cost, budget around $150 for setting up the LLC, and then about $400 for the web store, and then I'd say at least $100 for your designs, since you'll need at least a few to start. Now, if you know how to use Photoshop, then this could be free if you design yourself, or you could pay a professional on Fiverr to create them for you. Then include about $1,000 for your first month of marketing. So to start, I'd say you need around $1,600 realistically if you want this to work and you want to be successful. I'm actually going to leave a lot of links in the description of this video to everything you can need, from Shopify to Fiverr to hosting and registering your web domain and anything else I can think of, including some equipment. So visit the description after watching this video and hopefully you can find everything that you may be looking for. Now, those are all the costs. Let's look at the profits and how much money you can make from this business. And I didn't mention the cost for the second method, which is using the print-on-demand service, because that will be whatever cost they decide. So you can use Teespring or Amazon or some other services, whichever one you choose. So as for the profits, how much money can you actually make here? Well, I would usually just mark these products up by 100%. So if I have a shirt, for example, that's costing me $12.25, that's the complete cost to me of getting the design on the shirt and also shipping it to the customer, because I use print on demand and not the entire process of doing everything myself. So in this case, I would sell that shirt for $24.50. So I doubled the cost. Now, this may sound like a lot, but here's the thing. If you're scrolling on Instagram or you see a mug or a hat, or it has some design on it or phrase or something that you find funny or interesting or grabs your attention and you want to purchase it, chances are you're not going to be thinking about searching the web for that same item and looking to see if you can get it for less. You'll look at the price and you'll instantly determine if, one, you can afford it, and two, if you really want to purchase it for the price. This is because the item is unique. So someone sees my shirt for $24.50 and they like it and they purchase it. They won't even know it costs $12 to make. Now, as far as they're concerned, they got a great product. Now, you don't have to mark your clothing up by 100%. You can do 50% or 50% markup or whatever you choose, but I would do 100% as it's still affordable to the prospective buyers. Now, this isn't the case of a single item. If you can sell 10 per day, then you'll be making $122.50 per day. That's selling only 10 shirts per day if you have only one item, which is a shirt. In this case, you would be able to easily pay $25 per day in marketing and ads, and you would be left with about $97 in profits every day. If you only get 10 sales on average for 4 days out of each week, then that in turn means that you can make $388 in a week and profit over $1,500 in a month, and that's just one clothing item. Imagine having 10 or more, and if you're like me, I would reinvest that entire $97 and probably add to it for a few weeks to market some more. So the point is this: you can get into this business and it won't be a complete headache, because you can use print on demand and still make 100% profit, and the startup cost is less than $2,000. If you want to, the startup cost could be less than $200, but that's if you create a website yourself, you use maybe Photoshop and create designs yourself, you use Hostbig, like I mentioned before, to host your website and register your domain, and you do all the marketing yourself. So if you have $200 and you want to do all the work, you can pull this off, but you won't see results until after a couple of weeks. If you can spend $1,600 in this business up front, then you can start making money in just a week's time. Another very good business idea, if you ask me, and if you've been online and on social media recently, you'll realize that Instagram is now pushing their stores more, and they changed the entire outlook of the app. And getting to stores is one tap away, and there are many people who are getting into this clothing business, not because they want to lose money, but because it's easy, and for just $1,600, you can be making $7,000 in a month easily without even quitting your 9-to-5 job. Now, I want you guys to comment down below and let me know what you really think about this business idea now. Do you like it or not? And also let me know if these videos are helpful to you, because that is the entire point of making them. I have maybe about 180 other business ideas to make videos about. So be sure to stick around as I'll be dropping another interesting business idea almost every day. Once again, I hope you guys found this video very helpful, and if you'd like to see more videos just like this one, then give this video a thumbs up, as that's the way these videos get recommended to more people here, and I'll really appreciate it. And also don't forget to check out some of my other videos here on the channel on credit cards, banking apps, savings accounts, investments, ways to make money, and much more. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and be sure to turn on all notifications for this channel, as that's the only way you'll be able to get the updates of when I post new videos here. And I'm posting a new video here on YouTube every single day. And remember, I'm leaving all the links down below, helpful links to help you get started in this business, and also links to other free stuff and free cashback offers. So be sure to check all the links down below in the description for all kinds of free stuff. Once again, I hope this was very helpful. It helps you to make more money. All the best with your business, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.